at the Tampa Improv. All of a sudden it got loud.
There's a party going on down
We're
here.
with Tony Gaud.
Yep.
Gaud.
Yes, indeed.
All right, Tony, you've been here for 9 years, huh?
Yeah,
From the beginning of time.
Yes, and I'm trying to get out. They won't let me. They won't show me how to get out of here.
I mean, this is a funny place, right? People come here, they catch they get dinner and a funny person on stage.
You get live entertainment for the
Yeah.
night. This is what it is. This full kitchen, so you come in, you can have dinner, you can watch a great show. We have the A-list entertainers coming through here.
Like who? Who are some of the folks?
Just recently had John Panette through here. Everybody's familiar with him. Very funny man. We've had everybody from D.L. Hughley, Dave Chappelle, Robert Schimmel, Bob Saget, Jackie Mason.
Yeah, Bob Saget down here. People will be surprised at his act, by the way.
Yeah. It's not the family show you think it is on TV. There are no blooper reels, but it's very funny. But
How long is the show?
The average show lasts about 90 minutes.
That's a long time to be funny.
Oh yeah. Well, there's generally 3 comics. You have
3.
the MC who hosts the show, comes on at the beginning and introduces the other comics. The feature act, which is the middle act, and comes on and warms up the crowd for the headliner, and they do about 20 minutes or so. And then the headliner comes on, does about 45 minutes. So it's you don't realize how much time's passed usually.
And there are 2 shows each weekend night, right?
On the weekend, Friday and Saturday night.
Because I know you bring a lot of the headliners down to the radio station. Hughley and Panette, you had him down there, and these guys are great. I mean, they are terrific. Saget even. And,
Bob Saget.
but I was wondering, who do you have on the nights when they aren't in town, because they're here on the weekends?
That's a great question. The off nights generally are theme shows and feature the local talent, and we have a huge local comedy scene now. So now's a good time to watch these guys as they go up. Matter of fact, this is where I started. I do shows on the off nights as well. I produce some of them and bring in the local talents, and you'll see these guys as they emerge from the beginning to become the Bob Sagets, the D.L. Hugleys, the Dave Chappelles, the Chris Rocks. This is where they start.
Would you like Jack and I to put on a show? Some people think that we're quite funny.
I would love it. Matter of fact,
I think we could develop a little comedy act, don't you
this
think?
is a family show.
I have
here.
no problem with that.
Well, it would be family, but with good, clean, wholesome humor.
It would
That's
be good,
Jack
clean
and
for
I.
about the first 5 minutes, and then that's it.
And then it would
I think it's going to
disintegrate?
go off the tracks.
My gosh, I could be the only mayor in the nation with my own comedy routine.
Stand up.
I think it would be a funny one too, because I'd help you write it.
Yeah, oh, you'd help me write it?
Oh, indeed.
Oh, okay.
You know, it would be a good idea to have more
Do
comics
that.
in Washington, because there's too much unintentional humor. Besides, I like to become a stand-up comic. The way you do it is in open mic nights?
Open mic, and that brings us to another point. And we have an open mic every Wednesday night. It's a late night open mic. It starts at 10 o'clock, and it's free. It's a true open mic. And this is where comics come up. They just want to start out. They want to test stuff. They get on the list. They go up. They get 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes, and they get to start. They get to try, and that's how.
You write this material too, then?
I write my own show. Yeah.
How do you do that? I mean, how do you sit and come up with funny things?
Well, first of all, you have to be honest with yourself. So from there, you talk about what you know, and I talk about what I know, which is my life. And I'm more of a storyteller comic. So I talk about things that happen in my life, and as long as you're honest, it's usually funny. Because those are the funny things, the things that you don't want to say, but once you say it, you realize everyone else is thinking it.
Yeah, there are a lot of funny things that happen in your everyday
Oh,
life.
you'd have. Well,
I have a lot of material.
You could do stand-up comic here by just taking things that happen in the city.
I'm sure if you sit in your office one day, you could just jot down things as people walk in and out of your door.
You're right.
But
you
know what's got to be tougher for you, and for anybody here, particularly though for you, is because these guys come in on the weekend. They do the same act they did last weekend somewhere else, and the weekend before that. Whereas you are appearing oftentimes in front of the same people that were here the week before or a couple of weeks before.
That's a good point. And that's one of the things that's. I've actually changed that. I've stepped out of the role of MC at this club. I moved into other roles as far as featuring and closing the room on some shows. But we rotate the MCs. We actually do a workshop to train these guys how to work the A room, the big room. And so we have fresh comics, and those guys develop at our open mics. So you'll see a lot of new faces coming up. So it's always fresh talent. And for me, like you said, it gets redundant in the same city. you got to move around. You know, I'm on the road as well, so I get to do my same act on the road in front of strangers. So it all seems new to them too.
Brings people down on the weekend, even in the bad times. When restaurants have been hurting and things like that, people continue to come to the Improv because of the fact you do bring in big names every weekend. But again, finding out this is going on, I was not even aware that you had this kind of thing during the day.
Well, now one of the things is people, especially when times are bad, people want to laugh. So this becomes a source of escape. And to your point with this right here, this is during the day. And they have meetings here, they have private functions and events, banquets.
You know, I was thinking about, they always show the picture of the drama and the comedy thing, the pictures, one is laughing and the other is crying. I'm saying, we'll get on stage and make everybody cry for like 45 minutes of crying. They're going, oh, wasn't that? That was so horrible.
Get off.
She was talking about the city budget.
The budget.
Oh, no.
Light rail. Say, boy, do I have a joke about light rail.
Man,
let me tell you.
She's got a 2-track mind.
Oh, that's a good one.
We're
About the light rail. You're really
Think of the topics we could talk about. I mean, you know, the Curtis Sixon Waterfront Park, a lot of laughs about that. The Museum of Art, that's a big great. I'm going to come one night. I'm going to come for a few laughs.
Are you going to get on stage that night?
I don't think I will. I think I'll just, you know, I'll test it out and see what kind of humor is going on. And then, you know, Jack and I will work on our act.
Well, I'm going to send you a shout out tonight from the open mic.
Oh, all right. All right, cool. That'll be great. Thanks for being on the Mayor's Hour. That's great.
Besides me. I heard there's a happy hour crowd here. I'm drinking too, but I'm celebrating something, you guys. I'm celebrating something really special. A negative pregnancy test. Right? Because nothing screams that you can't afford the new babies when you're at the dollar store to get the pregnancy test. I look so sad and pathetic standing in line with $1 made up of nickels and dirty pennies. And like normal pregnancy tests will tell you, they're 99.9% effective. Not the ones you get at the dollar store, no. They give you suggestions like, hey, maybe you shouldn't have got the condoms here in the first place. Or the strawberry wine. First baby doesn't know what you're doing. So she called me, she's like, I don't know what to do with this kid, he screams in the car all day. And I said, get a TV in that bitch. To be a hero, get a TiVo. And she read an article that really concerned her because it said too much television and small children may cause autism. Aren't autistic children quiet? Like, I don't really give a shit if she's rocking herself to sleep at night. Catch up on my snaps.
I did a gig one time, and you know, these guys booked me at this show. I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't know what it was going to be like, and I show up there, and it's this restaurant. And there's like tables of families and like little kids eating there and stuff. So before the show I go up to the booker, I'm like, hey, I guess this is gonna be kind of a clean set for the night, huh? He's like, no man, just do whatever you want. I'm like, no, seriously, there's like a table right in front of like a family with like a little boy and a little girl. He's like, hey man, do your thing. And when someone says something like that to me, it's like lighting gas, you know? You don't want to say something like that to me. So, you know, I'm like, all right, I'll do my thing. So I start off, you know, a little slow, some, you know, blowjob, anal material. And then I get into the pedophile stuff. Right as I get into the pedophile stuff, he likes me. So I'm like, all right, I got 1 minute left. Literally claps me off the stage right then, like in the middle of a joke. I was like, all right, well, you said I could do anything.
Listen here, citrus soda. You're in my house now, baby. So what do you say, me and you get it on, Sundrop? I will drop you. I'm gonna give you the Sundrop belly flop, and I'm about to drop it like it's hot. I will pick you up, crack you open, drink you down, and squash you, and put you out the streets so the little kids can play kick the can. How about that, sunshine? Cause I'm gonna do this right. I'm talking to you, citrus soda. Yeah, you like that, boy? You like that? Here it goes. Ah, the champ in your face. Champ, Sundrop, champ, baby.